Are you ready for the podcast?
Okay, Pierce, ready?
I've been recording.
Fuck, Pierce, you always do that to me. All right, hey guys, welcome back to Poor Morals. This is episode 3, and we actually have a guest star today. My friend Summer, so say hi, Summer.
Hello.
Marv, this is Summer. Summer, this is Marv.
Marv, great to meet you.
Never met in real life, but we're meeting over Discord.
Baker. No, I know Marv.
Basically, I mean, once you talk to them over FaceTime, it's pretty much like you know each other in real life.
Yeah.
Very true.
That's like how Lord, whenever she's like, oh, I can't wait to meet Charf, and which is my brother, and I'm just like, oh, he's pretty much the exact same in person as he is over FaceTime. He's just a little taller.
Sometimes his beard's a little bigger too.
I know. I tell him he has to get it done because sometimes it's a little scraggly. And then
Depends on if he's in Antarctica or not.
Yeah,
Very
exactly. True. Hey, you know Tay is actually going to Antarctica?
No way, I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. The whole family apparently is going.
You're next.
Oh God, I don't think I could survive in Antarctica.
Me either. I get cold when it's like 60 degrees outside. My body starts shaking. I can't do it.
You shake like a little chihuahua.
I know. HB.
Marv, how was your day?
It was okay. I kind of slept all day.
Yeah, whenever I texted,
I kind of Sunday Fundayed way too hard, so I went to bed by like 6:30.
You were in bed. It was 5:45 when Heath was taking you inside, and you're like, "I just need a little nap." No, you were done.
I did take a little nap because I woke up around like 3 a.m. because Jax was trying to hunt my arm all night for like an hour. So
that is so funny. Summer, how was your day?
Pretty regular. I woke up, went to work. I did not take an after work nap today. I succeeded.
Wow.
I know. I crocheted a lot today. I went as far. I didn't go on my couch to crochet. I turned my lamp on in my room and sat on my bed like a little old lady.
I love that you were like, I didn't sit on the couch, but I did sit on my bed.
Because that's sometimes, so you know how I lock the doors in my apartment because Wanda knows how to open the doors?
Yeah.
So half the time when I get home, the doors don't even get unlocked until after my nap.
Oh my God.
Wanda's
her dog.
Yeah, because I just go straight to the couch after work and immediately do my nap. But today, I went to my bed.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I'm here.
I went to the gym, but I only went for like 30 minutes. And then I went to the grocery store, got something to eat, and then I came home. And then, Summer, you got me addicted to playing these little games. So I started downloading games on my phone.
So much fun.
So I laid in my bed and I watched BoJack Horseman and I played some games until it was ready to record.
And you'll find yourself too, like dropping like $2.99 here and there to get no ads because you're like, oh, I love this game so much for like 2 days, so I'm going to pay for no ads.
Oh, Lord is telling me on her coloring game that she wants no ads, but it wants $70 for the year. I said,
what?
I will buy you a coloring book. I will buy you a real coloring book and you don't have to pay $70.
What games are you playing?
I was playing Mark. This is so funny. The game that I played on like your iPod, called like 8th grade year, the Unblock Me game. It's like the little blocks and you have to get one to the other side, the red one.
Yeah.
I'm playing that game. I don't know why it has been stuck in my brain for the last like 10 years, but it has. And then I started playing this like Christmas game and you find like the hidden objects, and so I started playing that. But Summer plays all the games. Like, you know those games that are in the ads? She plays all of them.
I will like start a train while I'll download one game, an ad will pop up for another game. I'm like, oh, looks fun. I get that game, and then I have like 30 games on my phone, and then every once in a while, like once a week, I'll do a refresh and like delete all the ones I haven't played in the last 2 days. And then I keep it going. I keep it going because I need something to do throughout the day.
Yeah, she'll normally be sitting there quiet on her phone. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's just playing some new game. It's so cute.
Yeah. There's
well, I have a life update.
Okay. So
wait, let me tell you my life update first.
Okay.
So my situationship is over. I got a Snapchat a couple of days ago, and it said, I started seeing someone. And I said, oh, okay. And in the same snap, Marv, because I already told Summer all about it, in the same snap, he said, what kind of car did you get? Like, just so casually, like we were still going to be best friends. Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know, but my situationship is over.
I know, it shocked her.
I literally just sat there and I was like, no fucking way.
No, but I was gonna say you thought that like for a while, right? Like
I
you
know,
thought
'cause
he was
I-
talking to somebody else, but you didn't have like confirmation.
Yeah, and I'd asked before, and then finally I asked again, and he was just like, I started seeing someone. What kind of car did you get? And I said, oh, okay. I said, a Chevy Blazer, actually.
I think what's funnier than her receiving the snap, though, is the phone call that I got after she got it. So she calls me.
Yes.
I'm at work. I'm making an ornament for the Christmas tree, so I copied a picture of my face and laminated it and put it on
We'll
the
have to
Christmas
put a
tree.
picture in there.
I know. But she calls me and she's like, he just told me he's talking to someone. I said, where are you? And she goes, I'm in the locker room. And the funniest part is that we have one singular chair in the locker room downstairs. And I walk in and this chair is just in the center of the room and she's just sitting there.
Sitting
staring at the wall.
Literally, like, I was just sitting there and I was like, no fucking way. Because, like, I knew we were at the end. I knew, like, this was never going to go anywhere. He tells me he doesn't want a relationship. He says that he doesn't have time, blah, blah, blah. But, like, for it to be real, for him to be like, oh, I'm seeing someone, I was just like, no way. Like, the game is over. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think this man was the love of my life, but I was like, we're playing a game. Yeah.
And it's my favorite game. You can't quit.
Hey, Summer, tell her what your situationship said to you. Why he got blocked.
Okay, so Marv, this is the same situationship that's been going on.
He blocked you or you blocked him?
He
blocked him. So this has been going on since what, January?
Yeah, it's been like 9-10 months, something like that.
Yeah, 9-10 months. And it's been like off and on just because. So I've been telling myself that the reason it keeps ending is because I'm crazy for needing what I want, like reassurance, words of affirmation. Anyway, so
You're not crazy for wanting the bare minimum.
So, and then, I tell my therapist, like, you know what, I'm done with him. And she goes, well, he told you that he wants to marry the next girl that he settles down with. So what if he has put these expectations on a relationship of like, oh, he needs to be ready to be a husband? So this girl, I let this girl love her, but she got into my brain so good that I was like, oh, I'm wrong again. I have to apologize again for wanting the bare minimum. So I sent him this super long, vulnerable text basically saying like, we don't need to be in a relationship, but can you please like give me words of affirmation more? And like, I'm sorry for expecting so much out of you. So I sent him this huge, long, vulnerable text. And then I think that we're good. And then he's like, ends up leaving my messages undelivered. And then, I'll Snapchat him. And we ended up losing our best friend heart on Snapchat. And I'm like, what's the deal? Like, what's going on? And he's like, Summer, I'm stressed the fuck out right now. And I'm like, okay, but like, I was super vulnerable with you. So why are you going to take that and throw it in the trash? You know what I mean? So basically, we end up getting back in the conversation. So Saturday night before we go out, I call him and I'm like, what are you doing? And then he's like, oh, I'm going home. And I'm like, oh, okay. I get back into the conversation of like, are we exclusive? Like, are we exclusively only talking to each other? Because I can't get this man to be in a relationship with me. So I have to dig the words out of him that he's not talking to anybody else. He was like, I thought we were, unless you don't want to be. And I said, no, I do want to be. And he was like, well, I'm just saying, like, I don't want you to have to wait on me. And I said, do you want this to work or no? And he's like, well, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, if you want it to work, then it's going to work. I want it to work. He was like, well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know when I'll be ready. It'll probably be when I'm out of the Navy. So, like, you might have to wait, like, 3 years.
Well, 3 years. He's saying that she will have to possibly wait 3 years to be in a relationship, but that they can continue seeing each other for the next 3 years. At that point, they should be married.
3 years, Mark.
To be a girlfriend.
Just to be a girlfriend.
Just to be a girlfriend, Mark. Are you kidding me?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So she definitely girl bossed up and she was like, I'm done. And she blocked him and we've been standing on business.
Well, so the first message I had sent him was like, I don't want you to be stressed out. I'm not asking you to be in a relationship. I'm just asking you for words of affirmation and reassurance. And then after that, after I like put my makeup on and put this like super cute outfit on and like posted on my story and people were sliding up, I was like, what am I doing? So I texted him and I said, actually, 3 years is a wild number to throw at me. Just let me know when you're ready. And then afterwards too, whenever I was with Reyes, then I ended up texting him and I said, actually, just email me when you make up your mind. And then I blocked him on everything.
Which Reyes is me, guys. Everybody, I don't think everybody knows that.
Sorry. Right.
It's okay.
I understood.
Yeah, but these people are going to listen to this and be like, what the fuck is wrong with those girls? And I'm like, oh, sorry, we're a little delulu, you know?
We're not that bad.
But no, I really went back to this man like
honestly, it's for the
5
plot.
or 6 times. I went back to this man like 5 or 6 times being like, oh, if I stay and show him that I'm willing to wait for him, then he's going to change. But no, he didn't change. He told me, okay, in 3 years.
It got worse. It literally got worse.
It got worse. It literally got worse. And I'm going to go back to my therapist and be like, girl, you lied to me.
You lied. Yeah. I haven't talked to my therapist because the last time I talked to her, she gave me very harsh, tough love, and I don't respond to that. So she just like really hurt my feelings. She was like, you just need to accept reality. And I said, oh, okay, I don't know how. And that's why we're talking. And I forgot. She was like, he shows you with your actions and da-da-da. And I was just like, oh, I was like, can you just say it in a little bit nicer tone? Because right now you just kind of hurt my feelings.
Because now I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah, so I was supposed to have an appointment with her like 2 weeks ago, and I ended up taking a nap. And I was like, oh, well, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then situationship over. So, but don't feel bad because like whenever I was with, and I went back to that man so many times, and I was telling Marv earlier that I actually never finished the story about how I found out he was cheating on me for like one of the final times. Because this man, when we finally broke up, he actually told me that he cheated on me with probably like 7 other people, and I just didn't know. But what caused me to join the Navy, how I said that he was cheating on me, was because he was living in San Antonio. I was living in San Marcos at the time. And we were fighting about something. So I'm like, I'm going to go to his apartment and we're going to make up. I go to this man's apartment and everything was fine. We were talking. Somebody knocks on the door and he goes to the bathroom and I go answer it. And guess who the fuck it is? This girl that I had a suspicion that they were talking, because she also wrote on a note that I found in his room. And it said like, something about like, if you want to go back to your sucia, then you can, or something like that. Like, I'm done with you. And I was like, what is this note about? And he's like, well, she's just mad because I don't want to be with her. And he's like, but we've never been together. But I had this like gut feeling that he cheated on me. So fast forward like a couple weeks, this girl shows up at the door and I was like, who are you? And she was like, well, I'm so-and-so. And I said, no fucking way. She was like, who are you? And I was like, well, I'm Raquel. And she was like, oh my God, you're her. And she started laughing at me. I literally blacked out. I shut the door. This man was still peeing, and I grabbed him so hard and I said, go answer your fucking door right now. And he was like, what the fuck? And he was like, why are you grabbing me like that? And getting mad at me. And so he went and answered the door and he looked at her, looked at me, and he said, oh shit. And you know what the fucking worst part of it is? He made me leave. No, I swear to God.
That's so bad.
He made me leave because she comes in and me and her were literally about to start fighting because she was just like talking all this shit and stuff. And he was like, okay, like you need to leave. So I got into my car and I take off. And then he calls me and he was just like, hey, can you come back to talk? And I was like, no, fuck you. And then I ended up going and joining the Navy. And then he would like try to come over and like talk to me and stuff. And he was just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I want to be with you and da-da-da. And I said, I'm leaving for the Navy and I don't think I'm going to love you ever again. And he was like that really hit him hard. So he was like writing me all through boot camp and stuff like that, like trying to get me back. And then I was kind of like a dumbass. And we got back together after that because whenever I was at Fort Sam, he lived like 10 minutes away. So he would come on base all the time. So yeah, then fast forward another like year and a half later, I found out the man is cheating on me again. And I only find out because I'm sitting at a softball game and I get a friend request from some girl and we don't have any mutual friends. And I noticed she lives in San Antonio. So I texted him and I was like, who is this? And he immediately calls me and we haven't talked in a week. Like we were fighting about something. So we hadn't talked in a week. And he was like, did you add her? What did she say? What did she do? And I was like, okay, so you're guilty of something.
Yeah, so at that point you knew it was another girl.
I just knew. Yeah, exactly. I was going to get a hey girly message. I just knew. So he was like, well, I have to come clean. And I was like, look, I'm at a softball game right now. I literally do not have time for you. So I get home and then I call him and I'm like, what is the truth? What is it now? And he was like, well, she's friends with this girl that I've been sleeping with. And I was like, oh, of course you have. And he was like, and I'm still talking to you. He's like, but I actually have another girlfriend and I want to marry her. And I said, what the fuck? I was like, what is literally wrong with you? And then, I mean, karma comes around and that girl ends up leaving him. Then he tried to come back to me and I was like, no, I don't want you. Like, finally, I was like, no, I absolutely do not want you. And then, so we cut everything off. Well, now it turns out he's married to a wife that hates him. And like I said, he has 4 kids, 3 baby mamas. So that man doesn't see a dime of his check.
It's gonna be a big Christmas.
I'm saying. And one of the kids, he actually had, like, while we were together, like, that was another girl he cheated on me with. And this man tried to gaslight me, saying that was, like, his, like, goddaughter or something, that it was his friend's kid that he was helping take care of. And I was like, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And everybody's going to hear this and be like, wow, this girl's such a dumbass, but whatever. I was 20 years old.
Listen, I've learned. It's so hard in the moment.
Men are very manipulative. Okay, they're very good, but so I didn't believe him, but I stayed. And then we are sitting at an Olive Garden, like 2 years later, and he makes this comment about this little baby that comes in, and I forgot whatever he said, and I was like, don't say that because it triggers me. And he said, you know what? The child is mine. And I said, my jaw just dropped.
Wait, the baby at the Olive Garden?
Not that baby, but like the one that I had to
say it was a setup.
The one that I had like always asked about, the one that he was like, oh, this is my goddaughter or whatever. And I was just like, no fucking way. And he was like, yeah, I can't lie to you anymore. And he's like, that kid is mine. And I said, okay. And I didn't eat at an Olive Garden for like 2 years. I was too scarred.
Was that time that we went the first time?
I think I had been like one more time before that, like Veterans Day. But Olive Garden is not my go-to place because that man has just scarred it for me.
Because I love Olive Garden.
I know.
See, like that's Olive Garden is, Marv. Also, this guy that I was talking to, I don't want to like seem like I'm insane because we never were actually in a relationship, but I fell so hard for this boy, like insanely close to wanting to tell him like I am in love with you. He took me on like 3 dates the entire 10 months that we were talking.
And tell her what the dates were.
We went to so the first time we went to go get ice cream at this like place that he said was so good, like and it was pretty good, but after we got our ice cream, we went and like sat down. He had just gotten a new car, and it was hot outside too. Like, and I'm white. Like if the sun is out, I'm red. Like you get me under some shade, get me in a car. So we get the ice cream and then we go sit down like by all of these like people and like it's cute and it's a nice day outside, I guess. And there's this dog. This man's on his phone the entire time watching TikToks, and I'm not very good at like forcing someone to have a conversation with me whenever I already feel like they don't want to be with me right now. So I would try to make small comments.
I know how to force people to talk to me.
No, well, every time I try to get this man to talk to me about something, he gets all, what is the word? Like he gets defensive. So yeah, I end up saying something like, oh, that's a super cute dog. It was like a golden retriever. I'm like, oh, what a cute dog. Doesn't look, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm trying to spark a conversation. And this man just stays on his phone. Like he's not
even trying.
Yeah. Like he was not acknowledging her at all.
And I was like, in my head before, I was like, oh my God, our first date. Keep in mind, like I already known this man for like 6 months at this point. And I'm like, oh my God, our first date. And he's on his phone the entire time, but still me, delusional, blind. I'm like, oh my God, this is the man for me. The second date was us going to, I think, Texas Roadhouse, right? So this was after I'd known him for probably around the same time, like 7 months, I think.
Because this was not that long ago.
Yeah, not that long ago. And it was also the first time that he had ever spent the night at my apartment. It was always me going over there. So finally, he was like, let's go get dinner and then I'll spend the night at your apartment. So we went to Texas Roadhouse. This was the funnest night of my life because like he makes me laugh so much. And I've never, ever like been with someone funnier than me because I'm the funniest person ever. And so that was super fun. Then we spent the night at my apartment. And then we went to Chili's one night, and then we've like gone to IKEA, and I helped him build his IKEA furniture. So at that point, if I'm sitting here busting my ass for 3 hours building your stupid IKEA furniture, you need to ask me to be your girlfriend. Like, I don't care. I just built your furniture for your frat house. Ask me to be your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But that was too much to ask, so. Oh, and I drove him to IKEA, so an hour away.
Ew.
But don't forget, they also went to Costco together.
Oh, we went to Costco, and that was a date.
That was a date.
For a lot here, okay?
You do not count that as a date.
No, it's a date because he says,
in his head, it was a date.
It was a date because I ate a chicken bake, Marv. I ate a chicken bake at Costco, so it was a date.
But didn't he say you ate something else and you're like, no, actually, I had a chicken bake?
Yeah, I think he was like, oh, you ate pizza. And I said, no, I had a chicken bake, but thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for remembering it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to talk about these boys anymore.
Oh, okay. So you were actually going to tell me a funny story earlier. Something about whenever you went to a tattoo shop with your brother.
Yes. So me and Max,
tell Summer.
Okay, so me and Max went to a tattoo shop. He was getting a tattoo. I wasn't. I was just there because I think we were gonna go have some drinks afterwards. And Max is my brother, and he got Jesus tattooed on his hand. And so I'm sitting there, he's getting tattooed, and I'm just like looking on the wall, like all these tattoos. And I'm sitting here looking at this wall, and I'm like, what the hell does not me mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, what? And it has all this other, like,
loud?
No, in my head, I was thinking it. So, and they're like, what are you looking at? And I'm like, this tattoo, like, what does not me mean? And then I finally said it out loud, and they're like, what? And then I looked at it, and I'm like, holy shit, that says the word name. I was like, I did not. I don't know why. I mean, I might have been a little stoned, but still.
Maybe. Name. What does name mean?
She's all super cool. Let me get it.
They both looked at me like I was an idiot, and I was so embarrassed. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I really just said that out loud. Like,
oh my God.
I think they definitely were like, oh, she's so stupid.
Yeah, like, bless her heart.
Bless her heart. That's what I just said.
Oh my God. I say bless your heart all the time at work. And there's this guy that I work with, and he's a little bit older, and he's actually from, I forgot what country in Africa he's from. I'll look it up and I'll find out. But I always say bless your heart to him. And so finally one day I told somebody what it meant. And he was like, is that what you've been saying to me this whole time? And I said, sorry. And then, so now he says it to me, and he just looks at me and he's like, oh, bless your heart. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. You can't say it back to me. I taught it to you. And then somebody else was like, don't call me stupid and Southern. And I was like, well, damn it. Now you know what it means.
Yeah.
Stupid and Southern. Oh my.
That's what it means. Like, they're like, oh, you little idiot. Bless your heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that, or definitely like you're trying.
Like, oh, but it's definitely like a pity. Like, we're not saying like, oh, good for you. It's definitely like, damn, you're dumb.
Basically.
I'm like leaning away so I can get the biggest gulps in. I hope y'all know that.
Did you eat your Big Mac already?
No, I didn't get a Big Mac. I actually got a McChicken with no mayo.
Oh.
But I'm nasty. I'll let my food sit for like an hour and then eat it. It makes my brother so mad.
That's okay. I kind of want to go get a McChicken after this, to be honest.
We can split mine.
No, I don't mind. Wait, did you get I don't know, not the hot and spices, because up here they don't have hot and spices, but
no,
did you get like the
one thing?
No, not up here. They don't have a hot and spicy. What? They're just regular little McChickens. Oh, did you get the McChicken or did you get the McCrispy?
Oh, the McChicken. You think I have money?
Oh, yeah, sorry. We haven't paid for like 2 more days. Oh, my mom calls me this morning and she needed money for something. And she was like, do you have $400 in your bank account? I said, yeah. And she was like, can I have it for like an hour? And I was like, okay, sure.
An hour? What was she doing?
Yeah, she was trying to buy some fundraiser tickets. And for whatever reason, like her card wasn't working. So she was like, I'll pay you. She's like, my card just isn't working. Can we use yours? I said, well, it's not even 8 a.m. and you haven't even told me good morning. But sure, here's my card number.
Oh my
Imagine
god.
if she was just like, give me 400, I'll win it back, I promise.
Oh my god. I would probably give it to her because that's my mother, but I would still be like, I'd probably call my dad and be like, can you watch her? She texted Lord, good morning, have a good day, before she texted me. I said, I am your child. I know.
What?
Yeah, I had my mom adopt Lord.
I'm jealous.
Today is like the 7-year anniversary of my mom leaving.
Oh, I didn't know if we were going to say that out loud.
Wow. Okay.
But here, this is the podcast.
Just hit it with us. Like,
Yeah, this is the podcast where we share the tea. So go ahead if you want to.
So I mean, hopefully she never listens to this. Ew.
If she does, well, then we get a view.
Shouldn't have done it. So
It's a good story.
when I was like 14, my mom got into some stuff and ended up meeting up with an old friend from high school. And
how old are you now?
Now I'm
She's
21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
So met up with an old friend from high school. They rekindled, and she decided that that was going to be a better life for her. So she got married to him, left my dad. So
You want to know what the craziest part I think
Yeah.
about that is, Marv? Is that Summer has 14 siblings, Marv.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that one time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not like she just left Summer. She left 15 children. That's a lot.
Like with your dad, like by himself?
I mean, because think about like, well, not think about
Or
it. You
like
know,
which-
10 of my siblings are older, and only 4 are younger. So if I was already 14, like I have 9 older brothers at this point. Like 3 of them probably already had a family of their
9 older
own.
brothers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no wonder he didn't want to be in a relationship with me for 3 years. He's scared.
Honestly.
But yeah, so I mean, this is like probably the first year that it hasn't hit me subconsciously. You know, whenever like
Yeah.
a date passes and you're like, why am I so sad? And then you look at the date, you're like, oh, that's why.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Yes, I feel that.
Yeah. So I mean, making progress, I feel like I'm really turning into the adult that is needed for society.
Good. I mean, honestly, your early 20s is all about growth. Because let me tell you, what I did from 20 up until like a week ago,
A week ago.
a lot of growth. A lot of growth. Okay. A lot of growth. Because, like I was telling you, last year, people are going to think I'm so crazy, and I really don't care. A year ago, whenever my ex-boyfriend broke up with me, I was just so pissed. I drove the 12 hours to knock on his door, and I was going to beat the shit out of him. But he hid from me. This year, whenever so-and-so tells me that they're seeing somebody else, I just said, okay, I hope it works out for you. Bye. So growth. You know?
Good. That is growth.
We are working on it. I also can't just, Hawaii's not in driving distance, so.
You can swim.
And then on a plane ticket is just, it's too much because it's like, what if, there's a lot of things that go into it. No one's going to pick me up from the airport. I have nowhere to stay. It's just not practical for me to fly all the way over there just to like bonk someone on the head. You know what I mean?
You just
So
need to download Tinder as soon as you get to Hawaii and be like, oh, I'm actually at the airport if you want to come get me.
I will just wish it out into the universe. No growth. Okay,
Bad
growth.
idea.
I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying like growth here. You know what I mean?
But listen, I'm just saying if you're already making the insane decision to fly to Hawaii, why not just get a little bit more crazy and have a stranger pick you up from the
I
airport?
think that would get me like arrested or something like that, you know?
How?
What if he's like, you're harassing me, arrest her? And I'm like, oh, I'm just here on the exact same island that you happen to live on.
Then it just be like, I didn't come here for you. I came here for this guy that picked me up from the airport.
I know he'll never listen to this podcast, so thank God. I know. And I'd be like, hold on, wait, this is such good content for my podcast.
I know. Like, I came here for one friend.
I'm gonna be like, hey, do you want a guest star? You know, we can hear it from your side.
Yeah, just
No.
tell us what went wrong.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that crazy.
Dude, imagine. No, I feel like my situationship would. He's great at talking to everybody that's not me. So I feel like
guest
he'd
star
be a
with
really
him.
good guest star.
Yeah, okay, we can ask him to guest star, but then, we have to continue to stand on business and not acknowledge this man ever again.
So we can't be on the same podcast together, but you can interview him.
I will interview him.
No, imagine me and him just don't say a word to each other the entire time.
That would be super fucking funny. We could do like a game show, you know, like a couples game show, but this one is like the ex situationship one.
Oh my God.
Like, first question up. Why would Summer have to wait 3 years to be with you?
Because I don't really like her. I'm wasting her time.
We'll call air it out. That's what we'll call it. Air it out.
Air it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to be on our air it out game show, please leave a comment on our Instagram or our TikTok.
Bring yourself and your situationship.
Yeah.
Preferably a situationship that's been going on for over 7 months.
Like a hopeless one.
Yeah, or else it's not really a situationship. If you're still at like 3-4 months, then you're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it
But,
has
like,
to be over 6 months, and he has have to at least said one time, I'm not ready for a relationship.
Yeah. Or I have a lot going on right now.
Yeah, or in the same sentence saying, I'm not ready for a relationship, but when are you coming over?
What
Yeah.
if I'm
Are you coming
not
over
like
tonight?
the opposite?
What is yours the opposite, Marv?
Like, I'm not ready for a relationship.
Yeah, you know
need
what's crazy, Summer, is Marv told me that the
I
guy
mean, you're
that
probably right, but no, I don't want
Everybody needs a little therapy.
I don't want to talk about a situationship.
I think everyone's a part of a little bit of a situationship. And if you're not, then please let us know how to get out of one.
Oh my God. Imagine my YouTube video went viral. How to get out of a situationship in 9 steps.
Yeah, please leave some tips and tricks below.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah. Oh, I have a crazy story, and Pierce is here, and I just can't wait to get his reaction on this one too. So me and my friends went out, and one of our friends actually, so we go out dancing, right? And then we're all a little like, we've all been drinking, we're all a little buzzed. So we go out to eat afterwards, and then we were planning on going to this arcade bar after that. And we go out to eat, we order our food, they're drinking some more. One of my friends gets up, and at first they're worried because they're like, I took some medication earlier today, and I don't know if I can drink on it. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, you're fine. I didn't realize that they were also on an empty stomach. I think pretty much they had all day was Takis. So they get up, and a good like minute and a half went by, and we all hear this big thud, and we were sitting close to the kitchen, so we thought somebody dropped something on the kitchen. But one of my friends looks over, and he's like, oh my God. And then Summer looks over, and she immediately gets up, and I'm like, what the fuck is all this noise about? I see my friend's body on the floor, just laid out, and I was like, oh shit. And I have never sobered up so fast. So I run over there, and like the waiters and the waitresses and the managers all huddled over here, and I was like, move. I was like, that's our friend. Somebody's already on the phone with 911. Summer's over here tilting her airway so that way she can breathe.
Oh my God.
We're looking at her breaths, and we're trying to wake her up and everything. And then they're just knocked the fuck out at this point. Like, it literally looked like they were just asleep. I was about to sternum rub the girl because I'm like, you got to get the fuck up. So
I like tell somebody, I'm like, someone get me a light because my phone's at the table. So somehow the phone that is on the phone with 911 gets in my hand, and I'm like, so I just swipe down and turn the flashlight on. I'm like lifting this girl's pupils up.
Yes.
And then I hand the phone back to Rack, and then
I'm on the phone with 911.
Not her pupils or eyelids, but then I'm trying to like check her pulse, but I can't check a pulse and count in my head at the same time. My brain doesn't work like that. So I'm trying to like start a stopwatch on my Apple Watch, but I don't know how to work this new update. So I have to sit there for like a good 10 seconds trying to figure out how to get to the stopwatch on my Apple Watch. And I finally do it while this girl's sleeping.
Yes, well, she's just like sleeping. She kind of smiled at Summer too, and I said, she's just sleeping. So she's out for like 15 minutes, and then the ambulance finally gets there, and she wakes up. She wakes up and walks to the gurney and just gets on it. And I started laughing. But then there were 2 people sitting at the bar, and the waitress was talking to them, and I can hear them saying, they're like, she should have never been drinking and da-da-da. And I looked at them, and I was just like, you say something about my friend, it's about to get really fucking ugly in here, because like, we're not going to victim blame right now. Okay. And so they're like, oh, well, we just wanted to make sure she was okay. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So the ambulance takes her away, and we hadn't even gotten our food yet. We had literally just ordered. So I tell the manager, I'm like, hey, can we get this to go? And Summer rides in the ambulance. So it's me and our other friend just waiting for the food. And so we're getting everything boxed up because I'm like, this is like a $200 bill right now. I'm not about to miss out on my food. So we get that boxed up, and then we have this like huge sangria, and I chugged it as fast as I could. And the two ladies sitting at the bar come over, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, but this is just so hilarious that your friend just went in the ambulance to the hospital, and you're chugging your drink." And I said, "Well, who's it gonna help if I leave it here? Okay." So I said, "I paid for it. I'm drinking it, and she'll be fine. I'll meet her there." So we go. We get everything taken care of. We meet them at the hospital. It's like a mile away. And we pull into the parking lot. They say it's going to be a 5-hour wait to see her because I'm pretty sure what happened. You go ahead.
We both get out of the ambulance. We go into like the ambulance bay of the ER. They do vitals again. And there's like these people on beds, like in the room by the ER. They wheel our friend back out to the waiting room and tell her to get off the gurney and sit on a chair in the waiting room.
After she hit her head.
After she passed out for 15 minutes, they say, "Okay, have a seat in the waiting room." So I'm like, this is ridiculous. So Rat gets there and she's like, "Go ask them how long it's going to be." I ask them and I say, "This is her name, how long is it going to be of a wait?" And they were like, about 5 hours. And I said, "Can we leave?"
That is insane.
Yeah, so
did they let you leave?
Yeah, they let us leave because we took her to the other hospital that was closer to our house. Because they were like, "Oh, it's only like an hour wait." Because I'm pretty sure what happened is that they were on an empty stomach, they took this medication, and then they started drinking. And so whenever they got up, I'm pretty sure it hit her a lot harder than she thought it was going to be. And so, because whenever the bathroom door was closed, so I think she stumbled and tripped. And whenever she tripped, she hit her head. That knocked her out, but she was already like buzzed and stuff. So I'm pretty sure they just put her to sleep. Because she was definitely asleep. She was unconscious, but she was just definitely asleep. So we get her, we put her in the car, but before we leave, we definitely open up the trunk and we just like tailgate with our Mexican food. But before we go off to the hospital,
I think we have
a picture. Of that too. I'll send you the picture so you can put it in there because it was just so funny.
The food was bomb too.
Yeah, they're fine though. They're fine. I picked her up at like 6:30 the next morning. She's totally fine.
Yeah.
Did Charlie tell you about the time that I got drunk and at my house and I fell and like hit my face and I was like begging him for help and he didn't help me?
No.
I've heard it.
There was one time
you were like bleeding and everything.
Yeah. So me, Charlie, Amanda, and Luke had been drinking at like my house in Huntsville, and like the night was kind of winding down. Everyone was going to bed. Charlie was already like laying on the bed, like laying on the couch. And I have this like little joke I do with Charlie because I've anytime I like find a light and I like walk up to him while he's sleeping on the couch and I'll be like, "Wake up, you got fire guard."
Oh
just
my
like
god!
To try to make him think he's like back in fucking boot camp or something. I don't know.
The army,
back in the army, yeah. Yeah. So I go into the restroom to like go brush my teeth, and I don't even really know what happens because I'm drunk as fuck, but I fall and hit my face on something.
No.
And I'm like laying on the ground, like half in, half out the bathroom, just on my back, and I'm like, Charlie, help me, Charlie. And he's like, "Shut up, go to bed."
No way, you went to bed right
and
there.
I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to bed, Charlie." And I got up and I went to bed, and I was just laying in my room, and I heard like Luke fumbling through the kitchen, and I was like, Luke, come in here." And he walks in, and he's like, I'm like, I think I fucked up my face. And he turns on my light and like looks at me. He's like, "Oh my god, dude, you have this like big cut like right below your fucking eye." And I was like, I'm gonna die.
Luke said earlier he only has 2 months.
Woo!
And
2 months and he's done.
Let's go.
He's free. He can drink again.
And so I just kind of, I don't know, I cleaned it up a little bit and I just went to bed. And we woke up in the morning and I was like, "Charlie, why didn't you help me? Why'd you do me like that?"
Shut up, go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my biggest fears is like getting hit in the face and messing up my teeth. Like I don't whatever happens to my face, that's fine. But like even like playing softball, that's my biggest fear why I don't like playing infield is because my dad paid so much money for my braces. If my teeth get messed up, I will cry.
I would die.
I hit my face a week ago.
I know. I have a picture.
And I literally ran inside because I tasted blood in my mouth. And I was like, I ran inside just to make sure I still had my teeth.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever happens to my lips, that's fine. Or like my face. But I think just from working in a dental clinic and like always hearing that, oh, nothing will ever be as strong as your, natural teeth. Tooth. Yeah, I'm always like, oh my God, I cannot afford to have these brittle teeth in my mouth.
Hey, I want to add to my grill business that I will also be doing tooth gems and teeth whitening. So there's my shameless plug to advertise my other business. When it's up and running. Yes. Mark, you want to be a tooth model?
Yeah. I gotta go pee though.
What? Right this second?
I mean, I'm trying to hold it.
Oh my God.
If it is getting kind of like towards the end, if y'all want to do the Reddit post of the episode.
How did that go by so fast?
Yeah, what time are we at, Pierce?
It's been like 40 minutes.
No way.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been more than 40 minutes.
I feel like it's been less than 40 minutes.
Me too. I feel like I've only been here for like 20 minutes. Yeah.
I feel like we didn't even talk about anything.
But also me and Rat can talk literally all day nonstop.
We worked all day together and then we were on the phone earlier today and now we're on the podcast right now.
Yeah.
Let's do Am I the Asshole pose?
Yep.
All right, and then we can wrap it up and then Summer can guest star again.
Okay.
Yay!
All right, go ahead, Pierce.
Okay, so I have a couple that y'all can choose from today. Do you want a more serious one or a little bit more funny one?
Funny.
Okay. So, am I the asshole for refusing to resign just because I'm a pole dancer? I, 25 female, started a new job in a rather big company 3 months ago. I really enjoy the work I do and I get along great with my colleagues. I'm also a pole dancer, not a stripper type, although I don't see anything wrong with that. Our group can be booked for shows and we compete as well. It's a great workout, and I should also mention that is in no way sexual. Our website event states that we will not perform at bachelor parties or similar events. So, a month ago, my boss sends out invitations for our company's Christmas dinner. It says that after dinner, there will be a surprise. I was bummed because I knew my group was booked for a show, so I wouldn't be able to attend. I tell my boss that, and everything seems fine. So last Friday was the day of the Christmas dinner, and I get to my show, and as I get on stage, I see that we're performing for my company. No big deal. I'm happy that I get to catch up with everyone after the show. So the performance is over, and everyone seemed to love it. I change, and I go say hello to everyone. People tell me how much they enjoyed the show, and I thank them, and I thank them. Then my boss asks to speak to me in private. He is fuming and says that I'm fired and he can't have sluts represent this company. I'm really taken aback because after all, he booked the show. He tells me it's unprofessional and that he's disgusted that a smart woman with potential like me would lower herself to do something like this. I'm planning on going to HR about this because I refuse to accept being fired. I think it's not justified because A, I'm good at what I do, and B, I never made it a secret of what I do in my free time. One quick Google search would have been enough for you to find me in my group. Am I the asshole?
No, she's not the asshole.
He's the asshole. That boss is the asshole.
He wanted, obviously, that entertainment, so he paid for it.
Exactly, but all of a sudden it's his worker.
I don't think that he liked that it was one of his employees. So
yeah, exactly. So he's the asshole. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's the asshole.
Like halfway through the story, I was like, well, like if your company has like a certain standard that you have to uphold, maybe, but then the major plot twist of the boss hiring the group, like that completely switched it for me. And I was like,
pole dancing is different than stripping.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's an issue. So the boss is definitely an asshole and a hypocrite.
It's like when the girls like swing on the bungee cords or the ropes.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Exactly. Like the acrobats or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely not the asshole.
The consensus is not the asshole. Says, this says a lot about the surprise he had planned for your Christmas dinner. If he thinks that pole dancers are sluts, why on earth would he book a group of pole dancers for the company Christmas dinner?
Exactly. Like, he can't be mad that one of them's one of his employees. Like,
yeah.
And weird, if he already like was saying that he viewed pole dancers as a slut, like what was he trying to turn the Christmas party into?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's weird as fuck, bro. What the fuck did he want to happen?
That's what I'm saying. He wanted some like fog machines, lights go down.
All right, we'll see what everybody else says.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Poor Morals, POUR and _, on our TikTok and our YouTube at Poor Morals. And we will be back next week.
Bye, everyone.
love you guys.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.